Hi, welcome to Pure TV. My name is Mark, and today we're going to show you how to prime a cartomizer and basic setup and functions of a Joyetech EGO C-Twist. So first thing you want to do is you're going to get your cartomizer. We're going to go ahead and unpackage your carto. Take off the rubber cuppings on each side. We're going to go ahead and take off that white mouthpiece in the center. See that hole dead center? You're not going to want to get juice in that center hole because it'll actually come out the back end. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our favorite juice, put 4 drops at a time, making sure we do not get it into the center hole of the cartomizer. And then we're actually going to blow on it like a whistle. And then we're going to keep on repeating this process until the cartomizer is lightly saturated from the very top to bottom. Now I know there's a lot of different steps and ways and shortcuts of how to set up this cartomizer. Personally, I like to take my time on it and really make sure it's done properly. Because the way I see it is the way I set up this cartomizer today is the way I'm going to be vaping for the rest of the week. Now our first indication that this cartomizer is being saturated correctly is that this hole on the side of the carto, right now it's nice and white. As we put 4 drops in it, blow down, that white will start to turn the light color of the juice that's in there. Alright, so juice is starting to come out the side of the cartomizer. That means juice has traveled from the very top to about almost to the bottom. To get the bottom part of the cartomizer saturated, what we're going to do is put our finger on the carto hole, top it off one more time. And then going ahead and blowing it one last time. Now we have a perfectly saturated carto. Next step is we're going to go ahead and grab our tank and take all the pieces off. Now we have 3 parts of this carto tank. You're going to have your bottom piece. The bottom piece usually has a little groove on the bottom, while the top piece is nice and flush. What I'm going to go ahead and do is get the bottom part of the carto tank, slide the bottom part of the carto through. Then we're going to get our actual tank body, slide the body to the bottom piece of the carto tank. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and start to fill up our tank, and we're going to fill it within the tank body itself. So when I like to fill up my tank, I like to fill it up to just about where this bottom of the top cap is going to be at. What we're going to do is go ahead and put it on top. Now you're not going to want to push this all the way down. If you do that, what's going to happen is all the pressure is going to build up. All the juice is going to shoot back through that hole in the cartomizer and actually flood it. So to prevent that, what we're going to do is just push it down just to the O-rings, and we're actually going to turn the tank upside down. We're going to line up that air hole with the air pocket, and then we're going to go ahead and squeeze. Now you notice when I do that, just the air comes out. Juice didn't shoot back into the carto. Carto's still nice, lightly saturated, and it looks like it's perfectly filled. So now that we have this carto lightly saturated, we're going to go ahead and go over the basic functions and setup of the Joyetech EGO C-Twist. Now whenever using this battery, before you charge it, I like to get a clean paper towel, go ahead and wipe down the base of it, just to make sure it's nice and clean. Now if you look in the center of your Joyetech battery, you're going to see a positive pin. On the outside of the positive pin is going to be a white O-ring, and then this case is going to be the negative. Now whenever you screw anything onto this Joyetech battery, what you're going to want to do is just screw it on there finger tight. Because what tends to happen is that positive pin, after cranking it over time, will start to kind of bend inward. And if it ever bends too close and touches the negative, it'll actually short out the pin. So you're going to want to make sure everything's nice and clean, screw everything on your finger tight. Same goes for the charger. We're going to make sure the charger base is nice and clean. Then we're going to go ahead and screw it onto the charger. Finger tight. And now when I plug this into a USB device, this light is going to turn to solid red. As it's charging, it's going to slowly start to blink green. Once it holds a steady green light, go ahead and take off the battery, and your EGO should be fully charged. Now this unit is off. You know it's off because every time we press it, the light doesn't turn on. In order to turn this unit on, what you're going to do is you're going to press it 5 times fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It does that rapid blink, and now you know it's on because every time you press it, the light turns on. In order to turn this unit off, you're going to press it 5 times again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It does that rapid blink once again, and you know it's off because every time you press it, the light doesn't turn on. The Joyetech EGO C-Twist is actually a variable voltage mod. You can change the voltage by twisting this bottom cap up and down. When you twist it down to its lowest setting, it's actually going to be at 3.2 volts, and at its highest setting, it'll be at 4.8 volts. I'm using a low res Cardo, so I usually recommend using that around 3.7 to 4 volts. So in order to get there, we're going to twist it all the way down to 3.2. Those little lines in between there that are 0.2 increments. So from 3.2 going over to the next line would be 3.4, the next line would be 3.6, the next line would be 3.8, and the next line will be 4 volts. What you're going to do is you're going to get this little thread adapter. The thread adapter kind of just makes it look nice and flush. Make sure that your tank doesn't slide up or down. It actually has little slits in here to give you a little bit of airflow. Go ahead and get your tank, screw it on there finger tight. And when you screw this on there, you want to make sure that there's a little space in between the spacer that you just connected and your tank. You don't want to get it pushed all the way down because, like I said earlier, you actually draw air from the bottom of the Cardo. So with it pushed down, you actually kind of cut some of the airflow off, and in turn might give you a drier, burnt taste. Then we'll go ahead and get our drip tip. Put it in the Cardo. So we'll go ahead and turn this on and give it a try. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in to Pure Vapor TV. I'll see you guys.